Sorry, Ritu, I have questions coming in, and there are a couple of questions that are pretty interesting that have come in. So
Oh,
I'll ask you those. So one of our vendors, Rohit, is asking that how TeamLead's operations will be carried out during this current lockdown situation. It's on the legs of how our operations are rolling under the work from home model. They would like to know that.
so very good question. Yes, before COVID, I think 100% of our operations were done from our offices. Though our sales and recruitment teams, sales and recruitment teams were outbound population, but yes, they were all centered around our offices. I think we were anticipating the lockdown, and I think the moment the lockdown, by the time the lockdown was announced, we actually successfully managed to move about 2,200 of our own employees into a work from home mode of operations. Interestingly, we had 2 fabulous months of running our operations and payroll flawlessly. And I think if you, I'm myself amazed, and I'm quite happy with the way we managed this. But it was an important realization for us. It was a realization that it is possible to run business from a work from home environment. Did we have hiccups? Of course, most of the hiccups were on the lines of some hardware issues cropping up, bandwidth issues cropping up once in a while, but nothing which could not be overcome. And I think even now that flexibility is there with us. While from Monday onwards, about 20-30% of our staff in the red, green, amber zones will be coming back to work, fulfilling all the criterias of ensuring their safety, social distancing, so on and so forth. But whether they work from office or whether they work from home, I think it is unlikely there going to be any disruption. And that's been made possible because we are a digitally committed organization. I think that has helped us quite a bit. All our application systems are working on a cloud environment. So for us, it was not much of a challenge to shift to a work from home environment. For example, the teamleads.com, the application tracking system, my TeamLeads, the vendor management solutions are all on a cloud environment. So you can access it from anywhere, and they're quite easy to use. They don't choke bandwidth all that much. So these are easy applications. So I guess because there was a digital literacy available within the organization, our ability to switch gears probably was faster than many organizations. And now that we have experienced it, and now that we are used to doing remote working, I feel we're going to just carry on. Of course, we will get back to offices because I'm not somebody who believes that you don't need any touch communication, seeing people face to face. Given I'm a salesperson who spends 3 days in a week traveling and meeting customers, for me, it's like this whole thing has been, wow, quite a revelation of getting to know myself. But I actually see no disruptions in the way we operate and how we will function even going forward. So, and most of you are able to access my system. I can do onboarding online. I can do selections online. I can do assessments online. So honestly, meeting people face to face is just for that feel good factor. So it's not really an imperative or a necessity per se. Hope that answers your question.
Yes, there is one more interesting question, Ritu. I think it kind of goes along with what our partners are expecting to understand. They want to know that where are the job opportunities going to be, as in which are the industries that are going to start hiring when after the post-COVID world, not that we are going to see a completely gone kind of a COVID world. So what industries focus on and what profiles?
So this is good that you asked this question. So if there are any people from TeamLeads, our own sales teams, and so on and so forth, this I think everybody can start making notes. I am not somebody who's trying to do crystal gazing here, because I'm not trying to forecast the future. I'm trying to take a very logical approach when I'm going to share with you these details. Pardon me if I am a little here and there in my projections, but I'm still taking a shot at it. I think, needless to say, healthcare is going to be a very critical function, whether it's doctors, nurses, paramedics, phlebologists, or any other healthcare professionals. I think there is going to be a manifold increase in demand across all these profiles, and I think it's quite obvious to all of you why. Pharma, whether it's in R&D, production staff, people in the supply chain, there will be an increase in demand. In FMCG, staples, processed foods, I think these are two very critical segments in FMCG which will see an increase in demand, and hence they need production people, people in sales, distribution, logistics, all will kick in. E-grocers, I mean, okay, they kind of bailed us out through the lockdown, so there is going to be, and because of the mindset change which has happened, there were people who were early adopters of e-grocers, who believed in that concept, but there was a large number of people who never ever believed in the concept. And thanks to COVID, when they were left with no choice, they converted. And I think that conversion is going to carry on, and I think the conversion percentage will keep increasing. And hence delivery agents, warehouse executives, supply chain, logistic professionals should be in demand. E-commerce, I mean, it's a matter of time that non-essentials will be allowed all across the country. And again, if that happens, we would see that e-commerce will become, I know that the biggies in the e-commerce space have postponed their sales now for about a couple of months, but I feel that consumer sentiments will come back with a bang. And I think, yes, of course, don't think that people will reach that level of consumption that we were used to seeing probably 2-3 months back. But there will be an increase in demand as compared to what happened during the lockdown period. And there would be a need for, again, agents, warehouse executives, pretty much the same profiles as applicable in the e-grocer space. Again, delivery app companies have seen much promise, and I think they'll be kept busy, and not just agents. For them, tech developers, design teams, all those profiles will come in demand. Single outlet grocery retail chains, which are essential goods essentially, they have continued to operate, and they will look at, and I anticipate some of those outlets which were earlier operating out of malls will now look at coming out of the malls, and would be having those realistic conversations so that they can start their operations. So needless to say, in-store sales representative, merchandisers, cashiers, again, warehouse, inventory management folks. Facility management is a sector that has been, that is going to stay stable. Security management. On the tech side, I think the evergreen profile, which you guys might be reading about, we've been talking about it, cybersecurity professionals. Online education has picked up in a big way. So teachers, technology professionals in that, and all kinds of digital workplace solution companies will benefit. So digital marketers, techies, inside sales representatives, all these roles. And these are all immediate run is what I foresee. But when I talk to you about this lengthy list, do not confuse this with me saying that there is going to be lots and lots of volumes. But this is the spread where the jobs will continue to exist. And in the medium to long run, I do believe BFSI, technology will kick in, because technology is going to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of the current situation. So across all kinds, whether it's robotics, automation, contactless payments, drones, I mean, you see the works coming out. So I think there is a lot to look forward to in terms of shifts and changes. But again, I'm giving you a disclaimer. Do not compare it to the volumes that we are used to seeing. This is going to be a gradual pickup, but there are going to be jobs and